What screams retro? What screams Metroidvania? Today's game, you have to win the game, promises on their Steam page a retro Metroidvania experience. And I believe them. I am Sanji Imura, the Taxman, and I am reviewing this game not because this is an easy Metroidvania. On the contrary, I am reviewing this game because this is a difficult Metroidvania. Developed by Minor Key Games, this game was originally released in May 2012, a whopping 13 years ago, depending on when you watch this video. You control a no-name character who has to collect items to, quote, beat the game. But this isn't an ordinary Metroidvania. To explain, we have to travel back in time to 1982. The company, Activision, the game, Pitfall. This was the game that many forget was the forefather of the modern Metroidvania. To root out Metroidvania, we have to look at the two underlying games that make up the term. Metroid, released in 1986, and Castlevania Symphony of the Night, released in 1997. However, the revisiting areas to collect items mechanic isn't new. Pitfall was one of the first successful video games in history that featured the mechanic. It made Atari, the console company, a lot of money, as well as Activision. Back to our featured game. Why does a lot of the aesthetic remind me of the original Pitfall? You collect money for completion percentage. The graphics are reminiscent of games released prior to the gaming crash in 1983. Heck, even the sound quality reminds me of those games. Not necessarily a bad thing, mind you, but some could argue. In the gameplay loop, there are bells that you can sound to keep your progress on the map. But once you die, you restart at the bell you last rung, and whatever danger you face on the screen you saved on will likely try to kill you again. There are 3 modes to play in the regular game. There's normal mode, which offers infinite lives. There's EULA mode, which offers 1 life. And there's what I like to call kitty cat mode, which offers you 9 lives. But there's also a second, more difficult map available from the game's onset if you want to, quote, test your skills. Hi, this is Editing Sanji here, and I actually have a point to make to developers in their quest to produce a more wordy end-user license agreement. Minor Key Games, in their infinite wisdom, decided that KISS was the operative word of the day when it comes to the EULA of their game, and condensed their EULA to 7 very clear to understand points. They are on your screen now, so take a second and pause through the video and read through them. Now back to our regularly scheduled programming. Let's get into the positives of the game. It has a Pitfall vibe going for it. Some might call it a bad thing, but I think it fits the bill of what the game is going for in terms of graphics and sound. The hints on the wall are completely truthful, and the bells save your progress if you ever get lost and have to take an intentional death, or if you just want to quit for the session. The game, originally released in 2012, is free to play. And the negatives. The game is very difficult to complete as you lack a map function that can guide you. So, before we proceed any further, let us go over our rating system. If you take a standard 100-point rating scale in school, you can see that you can get an A, a B, a C, a D, and an F. Here at the W2 Report, we believe that everyone has different tastes, and so we allow the use of letter grades to indicate a wide range of tastes by gamers. One man's trash is another person's treasure, as it were. So here's the grades, agents. Graphics, we give it a grade of B. Sound, grade of B. Gameplay, A. Fun factor, A. Overall, A. You have to win the game, according to some, barely misses out on what a retro game is supposed to look and sound like, but they might be missing the point of what a retro game actually is. If anything, Minor Key Games understood the assignment in this Metroidvania and executed it to perfection. Well, as close to perfect as can be. Again, I am Sanji Imura, the Taxman, and your final assignment for today is to debrief in the comments section. Give the video a like, and join the agency if you haven't joined yet. Between now and next time, you are dismissed, agents.